You load into a Valorant match, confident and ready to climb. But as the game unfolds, you realize something's off. The enemy jet is hitting impossible shots, predicting every move. Your team's getting stomped. Sound familiar? You're not alone. 8 out of 10 matches in low ranks are ruined by Smurfs. But here's what Riot and your favorite streamers don't want you to know about this epidemic. Let's cut the crap and talk about what smurfing really is. It's when high-ranked players create new accounts to stomp on lower-ranked players. Simple as that. But why is this happening? Why are your favorite streamers promoting this toxic behavior? And why isn't Riot doing anything about it? Trust me, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Imagine grinding for months to reach gold only to get steamrolled by a bronze player with Radiant level aim. That's the reality your favorite streamers are creating. And it's time we talked about why. You've seen them all over YouTube and Twitch. Those bronze to Radiant series that rack up millions of views. Content creators like Jols and Curry have made smurfing their bread and butter, churning out videos of them stomping lower ranked players. Sure, it's entertaining to watch a pro rec shop in silver lobbies, but at what cost? Let's cut the crap and call it what it is. These streamers are normalizing a practice that's ruining the game for thousands of players. They're not just creating content, they're actively degrading the competitive experience for everyone else. And why? For views, for clicks, for that sweet ad revenue. Now I know what some of you are thinking. But Kimmy, doesn't smurfing provide learning opportunities for lower ranked players? Yeah, and getting your ass kicked by Mike Tyson would teach you a lot about boxing, but that doesn't make it fair or fun. The reality is, when you're outmatched by that degree, you're not learning, you're just getting demoralized. Here's a quote that nails it. Smurfing is not consensual, it's not educational. Every error in your decision making will easily be compensated for by your vastly superior intuition and aim. In other words, these smurfs aren't teaching you anything except how it feels to get stomped. But here's the real kicker. These content creators know exactly what they're doing. They're not oblivious to the harm they're causing. They're making a conscious choice to prioritize their content over the integrity of the game. And the worst part, it's working. These videos get views, which means more people watch them, which means more people think smurfing is okay, which means more people do it. It's a vicious cycle, and it's turning Valorant's competitive scene into a joke. You know it's bad when even some content creators are starting to feel guilty. The truth is, making smurf content is lazy. It's the easy way out for creators who can't come up with original ideas. Instead of pushing themselves to create innovative, engaging content at their own rank, they'd rather stomp on lower ranked players for cheap laughs and easy views. Picture this. You do your placements, get slapped with a diamond rank and think, alright, I've still got it. But then reality hits you like a razor to the face. You're getting stomped left and right and it feels like you've forgotten how to play. But here's the kicker, it's not you, it's them. I did some digging, checked out the tracker pages of these so-called diamond players. Guess what? Fresh accounts, 200 hours max. Either we've got an influx of CS prodigies, or the more likely scenario, you're swimming in a sea of smurfs. These aren't just any smurfs, they're immortal level players, probably making crappy TikTok content or streaming to their 10 dedicated viewers. And Riot, they're loving it. More content, more players, more skins to sell. It's a win-win for them and a lose-lose for you. Let's get real for a second. Smurfing isn't just annoying, it's fucking with your head. You start questioning your skills, thinking you're washed up, when in reality you're playing against top-tier players who are too bored to queue for hours in Radiant lobbies. The skill gap in Valorant gets wider as you climb the ranks. That means when a smurf drops into your game, it's not just a slight advantage, it's like bringing a gun to a knife fight. You're not learning, you're not improving, you're just getting demoralized. And here's the real gut punch. 8 out of 10 matches in low ranks are affected by smurfing. That's not a competitive environment, that's a joke. You're not playing Valorant, you're playing guess which team has the smurf. This creates a vicious cycle. You get frustrated, you consider smurfing yourself, and the problem just gets worse. It's like a disease spreading through the Valorant community, and Riot's just watching it happen. Now let's talk about Riot's so-called anti-smurfing measures. They've got this fancy automated smurf detection system that's supposed to adjust MMR quickly for suspected smurfs. They've tweaked their matchmaking and introduced a personal performance coefficient that affects your rank based on how you play. Sounds great on paper, right? Wrong. These measures are about as effective as using a sheriff against an operator. But here's the kicker. Riot knows exactly what they're doing. They're not oblivious to the problem. They're making a conscious choice to prioritize publicity and engagement over fair play. It's all about those sweet player numbers and skin sales. Think about it. More smurfs mean more accounts, more engagement, more content creation. And who's creating that content? The very streamers and pro players who are smurfing in the first place. It's a vicious cycle and Riot's at the center of it all. What we're left with is a breeding ground for smurfs. The community feels abandoned, betrayed by the very company that should be protecting fair play. It's like Riot sold out the integrity of their game for a quick buck. And yet again, I have to agree with WestJet. Riot has no idea what to do with this game. Instead of addressing major problems with the game, they're posting cosplay competitions on their Twitter page. Honest players are getting crushed and Riot's just sitting back counting their cash. It's a shit show. Plain and simple. Remember, every time you watch a Smurf video, you're part of the problem. We need to shift the narrative, make Smurfing as uncool as camping in CS 1.6. One content creator said it best. We have this power as content creators. If we start discouraging Smurfing, our viewers will follow. But I don't know about that since rent is coming soon and the YouTube RPM for gaming videos is not that high. So they need a bunch of views, I guess. Anyway, subscribe and watch these other videos.
Arrivederci.